So this idea of value-based care is really, really important right now. It's a buzzword in all healthcare. What is a more affordable solution that creates comforts and decreases inefficiencies? And then you look at the market size and you go, oh my gosh, this is a huge problem.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Autism's podcast, where we highlight people pursuing their definition of, you guessed it, awesome. So buckle up and get ready for some more success story adventures and failures from Kentucky's tech and entrepreneur community. Hey y'all, welcome back to the Autism podcast. We are capping off 2023 with probably one of the more fun episodes. So we just had the 5 Across finals. That's right. December 6th, it was a Wednesday in Lexington, Kentucky. The temperature was, 40-ish. And it was quite nice. And not just coming on the podcast one time, not just coming on the podcast twice, but for the third time in, I think, 6 weeks, I'm with Alli Trutman. That wasn't a clear T. Trutman, there we go. I'm not Spanish, so I should never try to roll my letters again. But Alli, with Wicked Cheats, Wicked Technologies from the Louisville area, the Louisville Bay area, as they say, apparently, down there, is just a bundle of energy. If you could imagine putting a monster truck-sized Energizer battery and I would say a child body with as much enthusiasm as you can come up with. That's Alli for you. She doesn't age, and she is more excited than me. Wow, that is a compliment. And it's true. Alli, you crushed it the other night. We were so proud of you. And real quickly, for those folks maybe who have not listened to your previous episodes, give a quick synopsis of what you do as an entrepreneur. And then if you can just roll right into your 5 Across experience, how the finals was, then we'll go from there.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having me. I love spending this time with you, and thank you for the kind introduction. So I'm Alli Trutman. I'm the founder and CEO of Wicked Technologies. We specialize in smart bedding solutions in sleep environments where excess moisture is present. So for the layperson, that means night sweats, hot flashes, and incontinence. So our newest product is the Wicked Smart Pad. It's the first of its kind. It's a washable and sensorized bed pad that detects moisture and alerts caregivers in real time when a moisture event or an incontinence event happens. And I know we had a lot of young entrepreneurs in the crowd, and a lot of folks don't know what incontinence is, and that's totally fine. If you're around 40 or have had a child or you have an aging parent, you'll learn what incontinence is pretty quickly. That just means you have a little bit of leakage out of your bladder. And sometimes you dribble in your undies. Sometimes you dribble in your boxers. Sometimes you dribble on your bed. And I'm trying to solve that problem because it actually creates quite an expensive and uncomfortable problem for healthcare and for aging seniors like my grandmother. And she's the inspiration for me creating the Wicked Smart Pad.
That's really cool. Alli, this was something that just came into my head as you were talking. If there was a superhero or a supervillain, and their name was Incontinence Man or Incontinence Woman, what would they be wearing? And then what would their actual power be?
Oh my gosh. I'm envisioning this superhero has to be like yellow, like the color of urine. Obviously, I hate to say that. But they'll be wearing a cape that is my pad, and they don't have to be wearing a diaper, because that's what we're also trying to eliminate is excessive disposables, diapers, briefs. And when you're talking about younger folks with incontinence, you say a diaper. When you're talking about older folks with incontinence, you say a brief. So very, very important to denote those two different things for healthcare, particularly. And if you actually do suffer from it, you don't want to say like, I'm an adult that wears a diaper. You want to say, no, my brief takes care of it. So it's a modesty thing. It's a behavioral thing that I've had to learn as we've gotten in here. But no, superhero, yellow, like urine man. And he has the Wicked Smart logo on the back of his cape. And he's not wearing a brief.
Okay.
That's what he'd look like.
I'm imagining someone that is kind of like Captain Underpants, if you ever remember that little book character from the Scholastic Book Fairs. So, okay, Urine Man, fighting crime, solving the world of incontinence. I like that. Absolutely. That's quite. We should make a sketch out of this. I think that we got something here. So, Alli, one of the things that is just a joy to be around entrepreneurs like yourself. Again, we had Stevens of Feed Coyote, we had Jennifer of Tidal Wise, we had Waleed and Eric and Eric. I met the other Eric as well of Kindly Benefits. And then we had Yemi, Aram, and Eric of Clean Space, all in attendance. So we had a great crew. I've been saying it was probably the most high caliber Five Across lineup we've had for a finals event. And one thing that is really special is just to watch. These are not just people. You guys have become friends. You're part of the Autism community, and to see how you're growing as entrepreneurs and solving problems is so exciting. What is winning the Five Across going to do for Wicked Technologies?
Yeah, well, I mean, huge honor. We were so fortunate, to be considered to even participate, and then winning the semifinals helped actually catapult. I'm in the middle of a round or getting ready to close a round now, thanks to winning the finals. So from a financial standpoint, that is always obviously something that is beneficial to the company. From a just add some wind to your sails, like keep going as an entrepreneur that has been building a product, launching pilots and raising money. All the while, I'm a mom of a 20-month-old. So like it is an exhausting thing. And when you get just a win under your belt and some affirmation from the crowd, but from the judges and then from the fellow competitors, as you mentioned, we are all friends and we all help each other out. Like Waleed and I are going to chat because he's got an idea for me. And Jen and I are friends, and I want to use the other marketplaces that the other two competitors are building right now. So it's amazing for community building. It's great for finances. It's amazing for confidence building and affirmation. But we just consider ourselves so fortunate and are so happy to have been a part of it.
Well, now that you're saying that, I do want to apologize on behalf of the Autism Inc. team. I now think that we should make a Five Across belt like WWE SmackDown, and the winner gets a Five Across belt. We're like Aaron Rodgers with the discount or touchdown discount double check. Is that what it was?
Yeah, discount double check. Man.
Yeah. State Farm, you have that trademark. We Autism Inc. did not copyright that. Okay. So
no,
yeah, no, we
said
didn't.
It tongue in cheek.
Tongue in cheek. So that was great. Alli, I do wish you would have come on stage with the backflip though. You talked about it. I was ready for it and it didn't happen. But you know what? All is fair in love and entrepreneurship. So that was one thing I would have loved to have seen. But speaking of love, I did get a kick out of one of your comments to one of our judges. And for those who were not in attendance, we were extremely fortunate that we had three of the four judges were Kentucky Entrepreneur Hall of Fame inductees. And the fourth judge is the grandson of a previous inductee as well. And so if you don't know what the Kentucky Entrepreneur Hall of Fame is, like any other Hall of Fame for our state, we have recognized men and women who have built very prestigious companies. They've created lots, and I mean lots of jobs for Kentucky to help boom our economic growth. And they've just given back to society in such a unique way. And so we want to make sure these folks are recognized for what they do because they often are the unsung heroes in the business world. And what's really cool is, Alli, we think that you and the other folks that pitched are on your way to becoming, emerging entrepreneurs, and hopes in a maybe a decade, maybe 2 decades or 3, you'll be some of the next Kentucky Entrepreneur Hall of Fame inductees. Now, that being said, you were able to have a funny little bit of banter with one of them. Can you enlighten some of the folks on what Nate Morris, founder of Rubicon, and you were able to talk about?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, esteemed panel of judges does not even cover the accomplishments and accolades that these folks deserve. I mean, they are the smartest of the smart. So I was nervous. I mean, my palms are a little bit sweaty actually talking about it, but just the folks that weren't there, everybody asks very standard Shark Tank questions. The judges are very seasoned. They know exactly what to ask and what's missing from the presentations. And I was the last presenter, and Nate in the previous 4 had asked the question, so where do you hope to be in 5 years? And so when he got the mic, I cut him off at first and said, let me tell you what I'm going to do in 5 years. And he laughed about it. And he said, actually, I wasn't going to ask that. I was going to ask. And I was like, oh, SHIT. I was like, what is he going to ask me? This could be something I'm not prepared for. Because I was prepping in the audience for those questions. And he said, what's your recycling policy? And I literally look at him and I'm like, of course the trash guy asks me that, or the trash man asked me that. And he started laughing and I felt a little more at ease. And thankfully we do have a zero waste policy. So we do have a recycling program in place. And we've been thinking through a lot of different ways that we can actually include that cost at like a recycling cost, because we don't want these, used pads, even though they're washable, to end up in the landfill. We can dispose of them with our fabric recycling folks, and it'll end up in a lot better space. But it was definitely an added point of humor. I thought I was cutting him off at the pass with no, I'll tell you what I'm going to do in 5 years. And he's like, that's not what I was going to ask.
Yeah, no, it was great. And again, that's one of the things that's so nice about getting folks together, getting to talk about what you're trying to accomplish. And again, the judges and even our sponsors, these are folks that have had some business, success, and they want to be a part of bringing other people along and helping them succeed in their journey. And Alli, one thing that it never gets old is when folks are able to remember why they're doing something. And I know you've said a couple times that your grandmother was a huge factor for starting your business. Something I would like to ask, to follow suit with that is, as an entrepreneur, what's something you've experienced that's going to change your life? Something you experienced in 2023 that's going to change the direction of your companies heading into 2024?
You're going to think this is a cop-out because I'm on the podcast, Great. But winning 5 Across, it changed the direction of the round. So if anybody out there has been fundraising before, you get halfway. Sometimes you just need something to be the difference maker and get a couple people over the edge, or help you get the momentum or the confidence back to go. Because a lot of times people raise money for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, sometimes a year and a half. This will be the difference maker in my 2023. I'm going to be able to close my round confidently with a win from a very prestigious competition. And these are folks not just onesie twosies. These are across the state that have been vetted and taken feedback and have been in the pipeline with you guys and working with coaches and working with judges. So, not to be boastful or anything like that about my own experience. Every single participant went through exactly what we went through. Yeah. So, you've been vetted and you've won a pitch competition that's not just like an open mic, right? It's like, oh, we actually went through the whole process and have been vetted and coached up to participate. So it's going to be the game changer. And that's thanks to you guys. Thanks, Awesome Inc. and 5 Across. We find that people, entrepreneurs in general, can often face information overload or even some sort of decision fatigue. I think your grandmother's going to be part of the answer to this, but what was the catalyst that really pushed Alli over the edge to start Wicked Sheets initially? Start Wicked Sheets or start the development on the Wicked Pad? Both. Wicked Sheets? Because I know they kind of run in tandem. I was solving a problem that affected me personally, right? So what is something that creates discomfort, creates inefficiencies, and you can't find a solution in the marketplace right now, or build it in your backyard that will create a better outcome, whether it's a health outcome, a mental health outcome, a physical outcome, whatever that is. I needed a solution to my own issue where I was dealing with night sweats. So I looked at the resources I had at hand. I have thankfully been blessed with the gift of gab, talked to a bunch of other people that are much smarter than me, and figured out how to build a product that solved my problem. And then when you look at the market size and you understand, it's not just me that has hyperhidrosis, 3% of the global population does. And that's not even counting menopausal women or folks with cancer who are going through immunotherapy treatments or chemo that might have night sweats as a side effect of medication or treatment. So it starts with solving the problem and then creating a solution that meets all the feasibility criteria and looking at the market size and saying, is it worth pursuing? If this was something that just solved a temporary problem, then you'd have a lifestyle business. You'd have a small little backyard project or a garage project. But if those criteria are met and you can start some early customer traction, it just solves the problem to keep on going, right? Or it solves your internal problem of, do I make the decision to leave my job? Do I make the decision to go all in and invest my own money or take some money from friends and family? And so the same thing, take a different situation, but still affecting me and my family personally, was the impetus to start the Wicked Smart Pad. Seeing a family member go through something that created inefficiencies in her healthcare system and her care approach. So this idea of value-based care is really, really important right now. It's a buzzword in all healthcare. What is a more affordable solution that creates comforts and decreases inefficiencies? And then you look at the market size and you go, oh my gosh, this is a huge problem. And this is not going away because we're aging rapidly right now. I mean, the population is all aging. We're all aging. So there needs to be a solution in place. And guess what? Technology is at a great spot for us to be able to combine a hardware or a hard good and a software and create a solution that is accepted in the end user environment that helps with healthcare, creates operational efficiency and decreases discomforts for an end user. So he really just has to continue to check those boxes. But if you don't do those exercises early on, you end up down a path and you have no idea why you started or how you're going to fund it or who's going to buy it. And so it's like the story or the blueprint for why we should become entrepreneurs that start businesses and how to do it.
That's great. I probably should have just hit in right there. So that was such a good answer, Alli. That was so good. Well, again, wanted to keep this brief. Yeah. Well, want to keep this brief. If you could describe your Five Across experience from the finals in 5 words or less, what would those wonderful words be?
Energetic. It's top of
the food chain. Okay.
Yeah. Energetic. Competitive. Innovative. Inspiring.
Nice. 4 words for Five Across: energetic, competitive, innovating, and inspiring. Well, that is it, folks. Alli Trutman out of the Louisville, Kentucky Bay area. Yeah, I hope that sticks. And again, we are so proud of you, along with all the other companies that participated in Five Across in the calendar year 2023. And again, probably my favorite finals event was a blast. Thanks to the Kentucky Theater for hosting us. Thank you to our phenomenal title sponsor for all of 2023, Kinetic for Business, who has a bunch of wonderful offerings. Go check them out. To the lovely crew at Chase Bank, who never ages. Thanks for being so involved in Lexington and our startup ecosystem. And Alli, you're a rock star. So I'm looking forward to seeing you grow, not only a part of the fellowship, but seeing how this round closes and seeing where the great product of the Wicked Pad takes off, because you're still defying gravity. For all the folks who are tuning in, head over to @AwesomeIncLex on all social medias to find more wonderful stories of entrepreneurs like Alli who just kick butt and take names, and along with Yearn Man, they kill the incontinence problem.
No, you can end with this. Every one of my emails, we say, have a wicked good day.
All right, Alli, here we go.
Have a wicked good day.
Well, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for checking out this episode of Awesoming's podcast. And another quick thank you to Lee Rosevear and a few members from our community who provide the music that you hear in this show. Lastly, give us a follow on Instagram, Facebook, all that jazz. Or even better, come on down to our space. Come be a part of our community and get plugged in, and let's start something awesome together. You guys rock, and we'll see you next time.